Hey team, so we had some pretty disruptive earnings out of Palantir this morning, and that's not the purpose of this video. I'm going to do an actual full-blown breakdown. I'm going to look at the investor docs, represent it in my own light, sort of take my own piece of it. What I wanted to share was really just less than 5 minutes here, why you need to really do the work ahead of time, especially in growth stocks, especially for earnings, especially for companies like Palantir. This is going to be a really quick video, and I want to use some like factual things to back this up here for a second. I had posted a video a few weeks back, basically how I'm playing Palantir from a hedging perspective to protect myself, protect the downside. I actually got a lot of views on the video. I have a really small channel. Got a lot of views on the video. Was really happy about it. Was hoping people were watching it. And if you had watched the whole video and you had sort of leveraged any hedging techniques at all, you would have actually made a boatload today. We were talking about straddles. We were talking about married puts. We were talking about downside protections tied to stock price after earnings. And I just want to share, I think that a lot of people who are really excited about Palantir, myself included, actually, frankly, if I'm being totally honest, I think the problem is we have to understand there's going to be a massive ebb and flow here, okay? There is going to be downsides because we have things like EPS that are very hard to predict in a growth company. But we've got NRR, net revenue retention, which is amazing and speaks to the value that's going to come down the road. But the reason I'm calling out this particular video I had done a few weeks ago is the average watch time was only about 6 or 7 minutes out of literally only 20 minutes. I covered 3 complete thought processes of how to protect and make money on the way down if the stock price started falling. And unfortunately, just the average person only watched for 6 minutes. So the reason I'm calling this out is it is extremely important that if you're going to be speculating on growth stocks, especially really popular growth stocks with low institutional investment in them, if you are not hedging, I can assure you that professional investors and traders and institutions are doing this. So just keep this in mind as you look at your portfolio, you look at the rest of the things that you have in there. If you are not able to find a way to either completely wash your hands and relax and not think about it for 10 years, which is, by the way, the best strategy, then you need to think about ways to protect yourself if it goes down. Because there's nothing wrong with taking a loss on the way down and recouping it after you're out of a wash sale period. Or better yet, you can leverage strategies and techniques to generate revenue on the way down, recapture that, put it back in the stock at lower prices. So that's it. This is a really short video, but I want to share that today's not a day to be panicked or concerned or be in fear for what's going to happen to your investments. What today really is an opportunity to think, okay, I learned something new today. Earnings can be very volatile. Earnings can mean different things are happening, but there's ways to play earnings in a smart way, right? So I just want to share that. And as always, let me be really clear here. Buying and holding is almost always the best strategy for most investors out there, okay? That's the truth of it. If you're not on margin and you have a long time horizon, you're probably going to be okay. I want to call it one other thing too. I am so pumped that so many people found my channel from watching Amit's channel. And if you watch that whole video, the very last thing that I wanted to bring the most attention to in that call was the need to hedge your downside. I'm going to be speaking to this at length in another video when I do my sort of complete breakdown. That's going to take me at least an hour to do so. So give me some time to prepare for that. But I really want to call it out again. Look at your entire portfolio, understand where the risk is, and understand either if you're okay with the risk, would like to see if you can take some losses against it, or if you can hedge and earn income on that downside. So with that, I'm going to call it a wrap. This is a super short video. I just want to share it that simply buying and holding may be the best thing for most people, but if you're the type who's going to get nervous or be concerned about price changes, there's options and routes you can take there. So that's it. I appreciate it. I just want to give everybody a little moment here to say, look, if this happens again, you can be okay. I don't think I personally, and I just want to be fully transparent. For me, I'm looking at leaps right now. I'm not making any recommendations whatsoever, but holy moly, long-term plays now are so freaking cheap. I almost when I saw the report come out this morning and I saw the subsequent price fall, and I haven't done anything yet. I'm going to wait until things settle a bit. When I look at the opportunity now as someone who still believes in the long-term plan, looking at the way they're growing, looking at the way revenue is growing internally and organically, that's a big thing for me. I'll talk about that in length on the next call. But these are moments where for sure we can all stand back and recognize the fact that when you're dealing with a company where you want to see explosive growth, sometimes the fuel has to burn out a little bit before fresh fuel goes in. And that's sometimes what this really comes down to. So look, a little disorganized today. I wasn't planning on doing a video, but I wanted to share this. When you're growing into highly speculative growth stocks, there are ways to protect and monetize that position. Be smart about it. Learn the ways to do it. You don't have to get that information from me. You can get it from anyone. But please always be prepared for that risk and don't panic. Nothing to panic about. Right? They missed a couple of numbers. They made other numbers. Things were good. NRR was great. They're investing like crazy and they're seeing growth. I don't think that's a failure at all. I'm actually kind of stunned at the market reaction. I knew it was going to go down, but whatever. Things always go down. The entire market is down, by the way. If you're looking at this today and you're like, oh my God, Palantir is down, show me the stocks that are up and we'll have a conversation about it, right? Because I'm not seeing anyone else who's doing great today, whether it's crypto, equities, or anyone for that matter. It's a red market everywhere. So it's down. Life goes on. Let's get back in. Let's find better pricing. Let's find ways to optimize, right? With that, everybody have a great day today. Do not let these things ruin your days. Stocks go up, stocks go down. Great companies end up still being around. I appreciate all the new subscribers. I actually can't even believe how many people are subscribing to my channel. I do this as a hobby because I like doing it. I am ecstatic. So thank you for that. With that, checking out. Have a good day. We'll talk soon. Thanks, everybody.